Hello everyone, welcome back to my course on enhancing soft skills and personality. This is week 5 and we are on the third unit, and as far as English skills contents are concerned, again we are on the third module and we are discussing about common errors, and this is lesson number 23. Now today again I am going to give you 20 more sentences which normally you commit mistakes in day to day language. But before that, what did we do in the last lesson? You checked your score for 20 commonly confused words and learnt about the correct usage of the following words: English, the English, resume, resume, alone, lonely, childish, childlike, principle, principle, suit, sweet, economic, economical, personal, personal, alternate, alternative, there, there. Pronunciation there is no difference, but in terms of letter THERE and THEIR. And in order to test you further, I gave you 20 more commonly misused words, expressions in everyday usage. Now we will learn about the correct usage of them in this lesson, and then we will learn 20 more incorrect ones, in the sense that I will give you 20 more for exercise and we will get it corrected in the next one. Now first check your answers. As I said, you just take your paper that you worked on the previous day, 1 mark for each correct answer and 0 for each wrong answer. At the end we can assess where you are. The first one, meet Madhav, he is my elder brother, is the correct answer. What is the explanation? While elder and eldest have the same meaning as older and oldest, use elder before a noun, that is before a naming word like brother, sister. So you use elder. You can use older and oldest after a connecting verb as predicative adjective, that is an adjective which comes after a linking verb such as is, am or were. Example, Harish is older than me. So here you can use older, it is followed by is and then than. Okay, I hope it is clear to you. Now the next one is interesting. The correct form is, my sisters-in-law are coming for dinner tonight. Sister-in-laws is actually Indian English, Indianism, and which is commonly used but very incorrectly. What is the explanation for using sisters-in-law in plural form? When you have more than one brother, sister-in-law, the correct plural form is brothers, sisters, in-law, not in-laws. It should go with brothers, sisters. Okay. The third one, correct form, Anjali's niece has grown. Now the wrong form is grown up. Growing up means coming of age, that is becoming physically matured. To suggest physical growth, such as indicating somebody has grown taller before the time you saw the person. So now you should use grown, not grown up. Fourth one, correct form, I just got to know that Binayak has married with Supriya is wrong form, is married to Supriya is the correct form. The word married generally goes with to, and when you want to say someone is in a marital relationship with somebody, when you indicate the relationship, say is married to. Fifth one, the correct form, they have got a beautiful house in the hills, not home in the hills. What is the difference between house and home? The place, the building where we stay is our house, the brick construction, whereas home is used to suggest the place you call your own, the place you belong, the place you live with your family members, the place where you think your family is there, not necessarily your blood relation, wherever you feel at home. So even you have heard of this expression, you go to a stranger's place and then while serving food they tell you please feel at home. It means please feel that you belong to us, you are part of this place, and feel comfortable to ask for what you want, or please feel free to serve yourself, take whatever you want, eat as much as you want. So, that is what they mean by saying please feel at home. Home is an emotional word. Often it is preceded by the preposition at. In an example like, Ramesh isn't at home now. Okay. So, be careful, house indicates building, home is coming with the emotional belonging sense. So, do not confuse these two words. The next one, my brother lives abroad is the correct form, not lives in abroad, because you should not use prepositions, particularly in or at before abroad. Seventh one, this again related to Indian usage. I have been brought up in a joint family is wrong as far as good English is concerned. Correct form is I have been brought up in an extended family. The expression in the family in the sense of joint family is actually Indianism, but the correct form is extended family, and if you look at the Oxford English Dictionary, it defines extended family just in the way you think about joint family. Look at this definition, a family which extends beyond the nuclear family to include grandparents and other relatives. So, use extended family, although it might appear strange to your fellow colleagues, friends and all that, but you tell them this is the correct form and you can also correct them. The eighth one, dad and I have a lot of things in common is the correct form, that between us, in common between us. So, normally we say we have a lot of things in common between us. So, that is redundant, that between us, and especially when you and someone else share interests, traits, etc., you have things in common. It is a fixed expression. There is no need to add between us. So, ninth one, the use of relations is incorrect here. When you say I have good relations with my customers, the correct form is I have a good relationship with my customers. Relations is a formal expression which is commonly used to talk about the interaction between countries or large groups of people. For example, relations between India and Pakistan. Relationship is used to describe how individuals or smaller groups connect with each other. For example, parent-child relationship or teacher-student relationship. 10th one, the wrong form is I have to care for my aged parents. The correct form is I have to care for my elderly parents, elderly parents. Elderly is less formal and more polite than aged, which means very old and weak. So, aged is indicating age with the associated negativity of becoming old and weak, but elderly is giving some dignity and it sounds decent also. So, try to use elderly instead of saying aged. Answer for 11 is people dream of visiting the USA, and it is wrong to say dream to visit the USA. Dream of is again a fixed expression and means hoping for something pleasant to happen. So, you cannot break that and insert to. The next one is quite interesting. You very often say please excuse me, or even to call the attention of somebody you say excuse me, as in the case of I did not mean to step on your shoes, but the correct form is I am sorry, I did not mean to step on your shoes. Why? Because use excuse me for interrupting someone. So, somebody is busy and then you are disturbing, interrupting, then you say excuse me, especially when you have to introduce yourself to a stranger or while seeking information, but not in situations where you are just put your step on somebody, where you should say sorry and not excuse me. 13, wrong form is Ashok is good in cricket. The correct form is Ashok is good at cricket. Now, look at this phrase, good at is used with an activity, like anything that you do, usually playing. Good at painting, good at basketball, good at hockey, etc. Nonetheless, for school subjects like mathematics, physics, chemistry, you can use both good at and good in. So, somebody can be good in mathematics as well as good at mathematics. So, you have good at physics, good in physics, both are correct. 14, many times is wrong usage, as in the sentence, many times I see my neighbor cycling to my office. The correct form is very often I see my neighbor cycling to my office. Use many times only if you can count the number of times, but when you cannot count the number of times, such as something that is occurring frequently, so use often or very often. Very often to indicate that the frequency is higher, often is just to indicate it is occurring regularly. The next error, again mostly committed in non-English speaking countries. Last to last year I was in Bangalore, wrong form. You should use the year before last, the year before last. I was in Bangalore. Last to last is Indianism. To talk about something that took place before, last week, last month, last year, use this form, like the year before last, you say the week before last, the month before last, etc. 16, wrong form is today morning I met Sheetal. The correct form is I met Sheetal this morning. Even if you say this morning, comma, I met Sheetal, it makes sense, but it is proper to say I met Sheetal this morning, I met Sheetal this afternoon, this evening. The explanation is to talk about things which happened or are likely to happen in the same day you are speaking, use this. Next one, I will see you after a week. After a week is wrong usage. Correct one, I will see you in a week's time. When you want to say how long before something happens in the future, use in dash time, that is in a week's time, in a month's time, in a year's time, in a fortnight's time. 18, a typical usage wrongly used frequently is I didn't had my breakfast. Correct form, I didn't have my breakfast. Reason, always use present form of the main verb, that is have, has, so not had. After did or did not, didn't. Do not use did not, didn't with the past tense form of the main verb, such as which you normally use in phrases like did not went. Instead of I didn't go, you will say I didn't went. Did you buy that? So, you will say I didn't bought it instead of saying I didn't buy. So, be careful, like after did, it is always in the present form, not in the past form. 19, we have lived here since 3 years. This is the use of preposition since and for, where people normally mistake between these two. The correct form is we have lived here for 3 years. Use since to specify when something began, like since this morning it has been raining heavily. Since 1966 the price has been on the increase, and so on, since Monday, since Tuesday. So, at a point of time and it has been continuing now, usually since is used. But to talk about how long, that is the duration, use for. I have been staying here for 10 years. And the last one from the previous lesson, I met Gauri 3 years before. Before is wrongly used here. The correct form is I met Gauri 3 years ago. Ago refers to the amount of time that has been spent before the present. Before also means the same, but is used to count time from a point in the past. We had read the book a year before it got the Booker Prize. It is used with the past perfect tense. Now, check your answers, check your score very quickly, and then the score and your status in terms of your English skills. If it is 20, it is outstanding, 18 or 19 is excellent, 15 to 17 is very good, 12 to 14 is good, 10 or 11 is fair, 8 and 9 average, 6 to 8 is below average, 4 to 7 is poor, 0 to 3 is very poor. As I said, you do not have to feel disheartened if your score is bit low, because just started, and if you are at the beginning level, no problem. Use the books and reference materials which are given to you, suggested to you, recommended to you, and try to learn more common errors that generally you commit in your day to day communication. Observe how others speak and see what you speak, and even when you observe how others speak, you need to identify the common errors that even others, it could be even your boss, it could be somebody whom you respect in terms of the language and communication they have, but they might be committing these common errors. So, be careful, correct yourself, correct others also. Let us go to the second part of today's lesson, where I am just going to give you another set of 20 sentences, again incorrect usage, identify the correct usage, and we will just get them corrected in the next lesson. Now, test your English, give the correct form of the underlined words. First one, again it will sound that you normally use this. Look at the first one. I passed out in 2014 from my university. It is the normal thing most of the students say, but find out what is wrong with this and what is the correct form. And second, especially in the northern part of the country, the Hindi speakers typically say this, and find out why and what is the correct form. I could not catch my teacher's English at all. 3. I want to learn English to go ahead in my career. The wrong part is go ahead. 4. Please write your name on the top of the answer script. On the top of is marked incorrect. Find out what is the correct form. 5 is something that you say frequently. I will call you again in 20 minutes. Call you again is underlined for wrong part. Find out what is correct. 6. The bus stop is in front of my house. This is something again you say normally, but what is wrong with this usage in front of? 7. Again a very common mistake that has been committed by many people, but just find out what is wrong in this. The climate is underlined in Delhi is quite humid this month. 8 is also a commonly committed error. I am coming from India. So, coming from is underlined, even you can change from am coming from. Okay. 9. Nainital is about 6,000 feet over sea level. Wrongly used word here is over. Find out what is the correct form. 10. I put a plastic cover above the sofa. Again the underlined word is above. Just find out what is the correct one. 11. The earthquake, comma, note the comma, that will give you some clue about what is the correct answer. That shook Latur, comma. So, these two commas are indicating parenthesis, as if this is an additional information in the bracket. So, I am just giving a clue as what is wrong with that was 8.5 on the Richter scale. 12. The judges gave awards to all poems which showed originality, which is underlined here, you need to check what is wrong with the usage of which here. 13. She lacks in confidence. Lacks in is underlined. Find out the correct form. 14. Where is my belongings? Is underlined. What is the correct form? Find out. 15. Please give me blue pen. I hope some of you know the answer. Most of you must be knowing this answer. Something is missing. Identify what is missing. Probably that should precede blue pen. I am giving you the clue. 16. He is a honest police officer. Underline part A, honest. Identify the correct usage. 17. Will I drop you to the station? Will is underlined. What is wrong with the usage of will here? If you know the correct one, you can write it, or you check it and find out what is wrong with will I drop you to the station. 18. Again a frequently committed mistake by students, by non-native speakers of English. Despite of leaving station, she had made all the arrangements for the conference. Despite of is underlined. Identify what is the correct form. 19. You can travel on bus to reach Dehradun. Travel on is underlined. Is it wrong? Yes, that is why it is underlined, but then what is the correct form? 20. You were talking to Rajesh, you were is underlined, and it sounds familiar, like all the time you ask questions this way. You were talking to Rajesh, so this you were, what is wrong here? So, identify the correct answers, and then in the next video let us check the correct answers and then go for slightly tougher ones. Okay. But you are also learning. So, I am just trying to create a kind of awareness in you as the common mistakes you commit, and at the same time to kindle a thirst in you to know what is the right form and how to make yourself look almost perfect in terms of your English skills. Let me wind up this lesson, this lecture with a very motivating thought about learning anything. So, I want to use it for learning language in particular. This is from Sarah Galwell. What has she to say about learning? She says, quote from her, quote unquote, learn everything you can, anytime you can, from anyone you can. There will always come a time when you will be grateful you did. Learn everything you can, whether it is language, learn everything you can about a language, about a subject, any time you can, from anyone you can. There will always come a time when you will be grateful you did. So, as far as learning is concerned, the point made in this quotation is that you will never have any regrets. You will never feel that you wasted your time learning something. Time never was wasted because you learned something, you spent some time in learning something. Maybe that is not used at that particular point of time, but a time will come and you will be grateful that you did learn that subject or that language. So, how do we relate that to our course and learning this English skills, learning language? So, learn as much as possible with regard to the language, and you will realize that you will be able to use it at an appropriate time. The other interesting point is that the way the course has been given to you using this massive online open course program through videos. So, we are able to remove all the class boundaries. We are not sitting within the four walls and then you are not coming to the classroom at a particular time, but you are able to get the benefit of a lecture any time that you want. So, you just download and you are watching it the time that you want. Some of you are watching it early in the morning, some of you are watching it late at night, some of you are watching just during afternoon, and some of you are watching only during weekends. That is fine, but any time, the time is at your disposal. You are not going to a school or a college. When the bell rings, you are afraid that you should be inside the class, and from anyone you can. So, if you do not like this video, you have an option to go to some other course, do that. Anyone that is possible for you, you can learn from anybody. So, this aim of MOOC course itself is to enable you to learn anywhere from the country, anywhere from the world, any time that you want, from anybody that you want. So, it just completely removes the barriers in terms of walls, in terms of human person in specific, a particular teacher. So, here you have huge choice. Now, when this much choice is given to you, it is important that you try to gain as much as possible from these courses. Try to accumulate as many certificates as possible. Although I used to tell that mere accumulation is not going to give you the wisdom, but having said that, the process that is involved in accumulating this, the assignments that you do, the discussions that you have in the forum, the kind of mindset that is undergoing a transformation from a very rigid mindset to a open and a growth mindset. So, this is more important, that is happening in the accumulation. That is why I say even accumulating is not a bad idea, as long as you enjoy the process of accumulation, and you will be grateful you did, because as time goes by, you will realize that your motivation is getting reduced, your willpower is getting reduced, your determination is getting reduced, and you will be very grateful that actually you did something when you actually could. So, with this note, I will just tell you that keep going to the references that I have given you, particularly the book by Dr. Soumya Sharma. From the book, I have been quoting profusely by taking permission from the author. Common Errors in English is the book, and as I said, it is very cheap. I am just getting selected examples, but there is plenty in the book, and then I am just trying to highlight the most important one, but just working out the entire book will make you much better, which like is not the main objective of the course. So, this is one part of the course that we are doing. So, I cannot like, there will be a complete course otherwise on English skills, which I may do at a later stage, but not at this stage. So, here the primary goal is soft skills, and within it is important we should know some common errors, and in that context we are working on some of these books and examples. So, I hope you will be able to work out these 20 sentences, and then you will come out with the answers. We will check those answers and your score in the next video. Until then, thank you for watching this video. Have a nice day. Bye for now. See you again in the next video.